Go. I'm not on the camera anymore. It's going. Okay, next. Okay, so welcome back. We're back for round 4 of the Milton Keynes System Open Series event 2019, for the 2019 series. Okay, we are watching on the left of your screen. We have Scott Jarvis. For full transparency, I will inform you that Scott is the person I've travelled up with this weekend. So when I saw he was doing 3-0, I figured it was time to get him on. So just to let you know, he's playing Saint Marana. Saint Marana says when you perform an attack, you may spend 1 crit result. It's basically the old Wumpa. If you do deal 1 face down at damage card to the defender, then cancel your remaining results. But now it's face down, not face up. Mauler Miffle, when you perform an attack at attack range 1, roll 1 additional attack dice, so 4 dice at range 1. Suntir Fell, everybody knows what that does. At the start of the engagement phase, if there is an enemy ship in your bullseye arc, gain 1 focus token. Yeah, and he's got the auto thruster to be able to give him a free boost or barrel roll. Well, link a boost or barrel roll action after any action, yeah? Yeah, and then Darth Vader, everyone knows what that does as well. Of course, Suntir has Predator. And Darth Vader, after you perform an action, you may spend 1 force token to perform another action. Yeah, and he's got the advanced target computer giving him an extra die while he has a target lock, and the hits that get converted into crits for free. Fire control system makes gives him the opportunity to have a Predator kind of re-roll, and stealth device gives him an extra die to evade. And that's it from Scott's side of the table. Let's see what Fellipe brought to the table. He's got Separatists. And he's from Sao Paulo. He now lives in Ireland, but we figured let's give the international flavour a bit more interest to it. Separatist drone with energy shell charges. A Separatist drone, no particular ability there, but they do have the network calculations that while you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 obstacle token, 1 calculate token, sorry, from a friendly ship at range 0 to 1, and change 1 focus result to an evade or hit result. So he's got 2 of those, identical. We got the one that's furthest. The pilot card is furthest from the camera, has a red ship baser on the ship marker on the peg. Then we got Wat Tambor. While you perform a primary attack, you may re-roll 1 attack die for each calculating friendly ship at range 1 of the defender. Okay. And then Darth Maul after you, and he's got Impervium plating and Kraken, which I've been told what I have to do is when they release the Kraken on stream, I have to say thank you. I better wait until I finish this. And Impervium plating. Then you've got after you perform an attack, you may spend 2 force tokens to perform a bonus primary attack against a different ship, different target. If your attack missed, you may perform that bonus primary attack against the same target instead. And he's got Jamming Beam, Chancellor Palpatine, General Grievous, Ship Upgrade, and Hates. There's a lot of new upgrades I'm not 100% familiar with Impervium plating. I think I know what Kraken is, but I don't remember. So I'm going to have to build up his list on my screen. And yeah, what I'm going to have to show is quickly this on the camera. So, release the Kraken! Which was one of the birthday gifts that was given to me this weekend when I arrived. So, moving over to the main camera as they're beginning to deploy, they're beginning to move out now. Hello, Belgium. Hello, Spain. Hello, Martinique. Hello, Brazil. Hello, Ireland. Thanks for joining us all today. This has been a great afternoon, a great morning so far, and now we're moving into the second half of the day with round 4. Oh, I've not got the timer up. Hang on, it's on 0. Set timer. 1 hour 7. Start. Still to going around. There we go. So yeah, it's been a great start to the day today, and we've still got 3 more rounds to go. Now we did manage to only have 565 players in round 1, which means that we're not going to have a top pseudo 128. It's going to be top pseudo 64. So that means that we don't have to play an extra round today. So the idea is if we had enough players to have to run a 128 bracket, then we would have had to run an extra game today for the players that didn't qualify, and they would just then half of them would go on to play in the top 64 tomorrow. But as is the case, we're looking at getting a top 63, which means that we'll play first round tomorrow morning, and the top ranked player will get a bye in that first round of the elimination bracket. So, yep, thank you all for joining us. It's been a great day. Once again, I will remind everybody, just as we get going and things are a bit slow at the moment, that this tournament is brought to you thanks to the support I receive through Patreon and on Twitch Prime. So please, if you like what I'm doing and you think it's worthwhile supporting it, all the money I get through Twitch Prime and stuff like that goes to paying for transport costs to get to tournaments like this, traveling across Europe to see some of the best tournaments. And every little bit helps. Please do consider giving us a little bit extra on Patreon, going to patreon.com/firstearth. Or if you are a Twitch Prime subscriber, as Rauschnar is, he's just giving us a Twitch Prime subscription. Or that goes a long way as well.
Did something wrong with my formation?
One of the things we've noticed as well, you'll notice how the player on the, if you're new to the stream, the player on the right side of the screen has a has yellow bases, except for on the Sith Infiltrator, because we've learned this morning that the Wave 3 large bases have come from a different mold and are slightly larger. Slightly larger. So much so that the actual ship token is slightly larger. What I would suggest you do is you get yourself one of your separatist ship tokens, and you get one of your old large ship tokens and kind of put them against each other and see how much the separatist token overlaps. That it's not just that the base has been made bigger, the ship token has been made bigger as well. So when we're talking about advantage templates, we've also got advantage bases now. You can choose whether you're going to play large bases or small bases. You might want to trim an extra millimeter or so off of your separatist large ship Sith Infiltrator bases to make sure you can take advantage of a smaller base to try and get better maneuvers and range. So both players are on a perfect record so far, 3-0, and now playing off to see if they can make it through to round 5 undefeated. Oh yeah, I've got to build up the list for Fellipe, so I've got some point of reference. Let me go to X Squad, which is my new favourite squad builder. Shout out to I'll find his name in a sec. Oh, load up more. It won't load up It won't load up any conversations I've had for more than maybe if I go to sent items. Sent. No, it's only giving me stuff from the last couple of weeks. Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, it's spend as of
junk.
I can spend
no.
couple of chips.
Trash. No, I'm not finding his name. I'm sorry, mate. I'll find it. I'll go on the web app and find it in a minute. But meanwhile, if you've got iOS, the X Squad app is one of my new favourites, where you just get all the cards on screen. It's one of the quickest ways of building a list. So squads, and I want to go separatist. And I've got more with jamming beam and blah blah blah. Jamming beam, add pilot, Palpatine, interesting. Chancellor Palpatine, pilot. General Grievous as well. Wow, this is a decked out more. I'm gonna have to read out to you what all these effects are because I don't remember myself. Shield upgrade and hate. Shield upgrade. No, that's stealth device. So there's the shield upgrade. Add pilot. Right, now add pilot. He's got Wat Tambor as well. Add squad, and he's got Kraken and Impervium plating.
To his right.
And now we've got the two separatist drones with their... No, not that. No, that's Trade Federation. No. Separatist drone at the squad. And they've got energy shield charges. Okay, so yeah, let's just go through a little bit. For example, the Darth Maul is a pretty heavily stacked ship here. You've got Darth Maul's ability letting him get a bonus attack against a separate enemy ship or the same ship if he misses. Jamming Beam is also an attack, range 1 to 2, sorry, with 3 dice, and if this attack hits, all hit and crit results get converted into jam tokens that get assigned to the enemy ship, the defender. Chancellor Palpatine equips this side up, and of course he converts. You can flip it after you defend. If the attacker is at range 0 to 2, you may spend 1 force. If you do, the attacker gains 1 stress token. During the end phase, you may flip this card. Right, and then General Grievous, while you defend, after the neutralize results step, if there are 2 or more hit or crit results, you may spend 1 charge to cancel 1 hit or crit. So it's kind of like a reverse crack shot. After a friendly ship is destroyed, recover 1 charge. After a friendly ship is destroyed. Okay. Shield upgrade. We know what that is. And hey, after you suffer 1 more damage, recover that many force. So that's going to be, between having Palpatine and Maul, 4 force tokens. Not bad. Okay. Then you've got the Wat Tambor. While you perform a primary attack, you may re-roll 1 attack die for each calculating friendly ship at range 1 of the defender. Yeah. Impervium plating. Before you would be dealt a face-up ship damage card, you may spend 1 charge to discard it instead. So kind of like that R5 Astromech used to be back in first edition. Kraken. During the end phase, you may choose up to 3 friendly ships at range 0 to 3. If you do, each of these ships does not remove 1 token, 1 calculate token. Alright, so that's awesome. So that's he's gonna be able to like stack up those calculate tokens. During the end phase, you may choose up to 3. He's got 3 of them. Yeah. And it gives him the calculate action. If you do, these ships, yeah, and there's no real downside to that. And I suppose that when you've already got a calculate token, you just get another one. And that's really interesting. I like that kind of build up. And of course, we've got the energy stat shell charges that we've heard about. Spend 1 charge while you perform this attack. You may spend 1 calculate token to change 1 focus result to a crit result. And reload this card. 1 calculate to change 1 focus result to a crit result. So like a soft focus. It's like a kind of like a soft proton torpedoes, I guess. That's one way of looking at it. So buena suerte, Fellipe. Good luck, Scott. And as we kind of close in now, as they're doing Dials phase, we're going to close in. And Scott's being pretty cautious, kind of like conga lining his ties down the board, down his deployment zone. Well, here we go. This is where Fellipe says, enough messing around. This is time to get into range. It's time to roll some dice. It's time to do some damage. Edging up now.
Is that calculate or focus?
That the Kraken gives the calculate
Okay,
action.
okay, cool, yeah.
And Fellipe, he's got a pretty funny little Irish accent when he speaks English. But he's speaking quite softly, so I'm going to try and fidget with my little knobs.
Mauler hard free.
Am I messing with the wrong one? Yeah, I am. This one. And I want to take this one, and then drop this one down, because this is the low end, yeah, low end frequency.
Okay.
Well, no, it's the low end frequency I probably want to try and get up.
Sorry, I moved Mauler wrong.
Every time you do.
So he's moved Mauler out of sequence there.
Target lock Vader.
Hard one.
Oops, almost fell off my chair. See if I get a game that won't go to time, and I might be able to get an opportunity to go out and get something to drink before the next round starts. But oh well. Barrel rolling Suntier right. And now Vader. Arise, Lord Vader. 5 straight, full gas. He's going to barrel roll to try and barrel roll forward to try and escape that arc, but I don't think he's going to make it. Focuses. He is going to force a barrel roll. He's using these little doll heads of Darth Vader as force tokens. It looks like he might have just made it out of arc.
Yeah, I can't do anything else. Okay, Suntier.
Target engagement.
Can I get towards that? I think so. Suntier. Range 3 onto Maul.
Okay. 3 onto number 4, yeah? That's range 3, isn't
Range
it?
3.
Right, firing range 3 onto the separatist droid that's closest, the separatist drone I should say, but whiffs on the dice.
Range 1. Gonna hold.
Let's see if there's arc.
No.
Not range 1.
A saving grace.
And it looks like they decided that he is in arc already. Black dice, no! I've got no idea what's on there. I can see a hit, and then I don't know, and then a blank. On top of that, he's rolled them the furthest away from the camera possible. So that was a focus. So it looks like he's probably got 3. And 1, 2, 3 evades. So nothing to worry about there. And he spends the force charge on Maul to roll again. And it looks like he gets another 3. And with this focus, is also saved. Now I'm going to have to wait till I get to Darth. I'm going to have to fix Fellipe's cards because I can't see what's going on with Maul.
Oh, sorry.
No, I think it's there, but then I'm just going to give you your fourth back. So range 2 onto number 4, yeah?
2 hits onto Separatist drone. 1 evade and 1 focus. Spends the focus. Now Sane Marana firing on the Separatist drone number 4 as well. One hit, 1 blank. And it looks like 3 blanks on the black dice. Hard to tell, but those green ones are actually pretty easy to tell. But yeah, it looks like it's all blank. And Separatist drone number 4 takes a damage card.
Good.
Yep.
And loses a hit point. So the Separatists were stacking up the calculate tokens. They had 2 already.
Yep.
And you got blank, focus, evade, spends the focus. Uses the force, sorry, to convert 1 focus and successfully evades again. And Scott was telling me yesterday on the drive out that it's very difficult to do damage to his Vader.
Just 3.
3. And they have focus and 3 as well. I will shoot the
Number
energy
2.
shot.
Hit, and a focus. Calculate makes it 3, I think. 2 evades, and by the gesture of his hand, I'm guessing there were 3. So nothing to worry about there. Darth Vader takes no damage this round.
That was a good evade.
Metal shield tokens.
And
I
that's
spend
I can't see those black dice on camera. Whoever came up with that idea was crazy.
I don't know if I can actually.
you spend your own.
I can. You may spend 1 calculus.
Okay, so your friends, yeah?
So I'm guessing he's got 3, and Scott rolls blank, focus, and evade. Means he takes 2 crits, console fire, and loose stabilizer.
So loose stabilizer, you've got to do a straight. Console fire before I shoot, I got to do that.
Onto Mauler Mythor. That's not good for him because he was going to hope to get in the range 1 in the next round and be able to recovers force on Vader to be able to get that extra die from range 1. And Kraken allows him to keep those calculate tokens. And they go back to dials. So yeah, let's just take another quick look at the list. So yeah, Fellipe's list full of synergies with Kraken allowing to keep the calculate tokens on all 3 of the Separatist ships, and then Maul stacking up force charges with Palpatine and General Grievous giving him effectiveness as well. And Scott's lost, getting close to losing Mauler Mythor, but Suntifel with Predator, Darth Vader with fire control system and stealth device. And as Scott was saying to me on the way up, is that like his Darth Vader's pretty difficult to kill. Oh, I got to go fix Felipe's cards.
Fellipe, I'm just going to move your cards a little bit. Not used to that, okay? Alright.
Do you have a crit marker for this one? So I remember.
Yep.
Like,
So I mixed up and took the points off of Mul and Mithol when it was Suntir as well. There we go. That's fixed. Points back to normal. Everything's good. So it's interesting. In that round, those Separatist drones haven't taken much damage. I mean, obviously, the two TIE Fighter dice aren't going to do much damage, but he was really hoping to try and get Mul and Mithol into range 1 for the next engagement and keep him alive to be able to do some extra damage with that extra die he gets.
What are the Vader's hard turns?
They were supposed to be side events starting up, but I guess because you don't get eliminated in this round in this season's rule set, you don't get eliminated after round 3. So I don't think anyone's really taken them up on the idea of hangar bays. And I was talking as if Mul and Mithol was the one that got damaged, but it was Suntir fell, took a pounding. And in exchange for not much damage on Felipe's side of the table. So right now, Fellipe definitely has the advantage. And with the ships he's got, with the Separatist drones and Wat Tambor, he can probably even get a couple of good blocking positions here against Scott to prevent those TIEs from getting too much of a position where they can shoot effectively, or maybe even
Hold that just so for future.
He's kind of split out his formation a little bit more open now. No damage from the asteroid.
Messy turn for me this one.
And he drops
Waller. Okay.
Saint Marana
Silly.
right into the thick of it, while Amor bumps into her.
Non-straight, I take a damage.
Oh, sorry,
I have to do straight.
Cynthia flies straight for his loose stabilizer and bumps into the separatist drone number 4.
And Vader, they're 3 banks away. Target lock Maul, okay? Combat phase, Cynthia gains a focus.
Yeah.
And my console fire. Dead.
Console fire removes Cynthia from the board before he gets the opportunity to engage. So, devastating loss there to have lost Cynthia so to very little fire. No range. Range 2 from Maul onto Marana or Maul or Mitful.
Roll again. 1. Direct hit.
I will spend the force.
Yep.
So here.
Wow. Hot dice. 1. Crit.
Yep.
Damage sensor. So focus only. Focus or damage cards only. Maul and Mitful.
Saint Marana gets the damage sensor array crit. This is they're taking a pounding here.
Range 1 and both. All the Mitful onto what's Tambor.
Scene will roll 3 attack dice.
Yep.
Take 2 ships. Same target.
Yep.
3 hits then. And rolls an evade and a blank. Takes 2. On to what Tambor?
Do I have a mark here?
I think so.
He'll shoot first.
One, 2 evades and a focus.
Dollars for one.
3 minutes left on your round. 3 minutes.
No, timber first.
Yep.
4 dice.
What Tambor firing? A blank blank hit and
Range 1.
unknown
Oh yeah.
and re-rolling.
So that's
Blank.
sorry.
Okay.
8 hits crit.
And more, yeah.
Hit and crit
Netty.
on Mauler and gets blank blank focus and a dead Mauler Mythor.
And now here.
Yep.
And his one.
Nice. Hits of it. 2. Yeah.
Focus and evade and blank takes another 2. And there's a dead Saint Marana, which means Vader now has to single-handedly take on the whole of Fellipe's list.
First. And I can't keep this.
No?
No, it wasn't range remeasuring. I should have spent his for his.
Oh, okay.
I was about his stress. It just measured and I forgot.
Come on, Vader.
So move everything now.
Yeah, I can help. I'm a pair of hands too. What, yeah?
Yep. Complete.
Okay, so here comes the wolf pack to hunt down Darth Vader. So here we go. Yeah, we're looking at 564. There were 633 players signed up for the tournament. This is probably like the 8th time I was telling you this today. 633 players signed up for the tournament. 565 made it to round 1, which means that we should get a top 63, assuming that there's no statistical anomalies or people being pared down. That makes it the largest ever X-Wing event in history. And I think it's it's scratching at the glass ceiling of being the largest ever miniatures game event. Vader trying to play his way around here. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to avoid that many firing arcs. He wants to like try and only be shot by one ship a turn.
Can you barrel roll backwards towards you?
Yep. So I do like strong back.
Towards as close to you as possible. Thank you. That's it. No shooting.
Is it? Forgot his action.
Reload.
Oh yeah. So I took this one.
Okay, let's see if we can get this. What am I doing here? There we go. That's better.
X-Wing players, there are 29 minutes remaining in the round. 29 minutes remaining in the round.
So it's been a pretty good location as well for the event, because this is the first time we've had it here in Milton Keynes, and we're basically on an arena which is tapped onto a football stadium, and yeah, so I'm guessing that was pretty expensive to hire out, but it's full of infrastructure around us. We've got a ton of restaurants, a giant supermarket open 24 hours a day, so and as the superstore, I should say. So you've got a McDonald's behind us, you've got a KFC behind us. On the other side of the football pitch is a bunch of chain restaurants like TGI Fridays, Nando's, and stuff like that. So it's yeah, it's pretty well serviced, and the lunch break has been pretty good. And we've even got a bar in the venue, which if you you can't see, but towards the back of the camera, behind the camera, on the other side of what's behind the camera is a bar against the wall, which has been serviced pretty well so far all day. So Fellipe taking his time here. Scott's dial is down.
Okay.
And here we go.
Still there.
He's also reloaded those missiles as energy shell charges. So he's just waiting for an opportunity to get shots on Vader. And I'm not really sure what Scott can do here, if it's a question of running around for half the game. And it looks like he's probably going to bump Maul into the Separatist drones and just kind of try and play for time in the middle of the board area.
And now makes my life easier.
Mark what? Mark what temple?
And what? Taking a 2-turn to the right.
What do you want to mark? You're going to be flying over that though. Oh, maybe not.
I need to mark the other ship because I have that.
It's trying to move more. 2 banking to the right. There's a sloop, of course. Two-turn to the right for Vader. Looks like he might get a cheeky range 3 attack on Wat Tambor.
Looking down the barrel of a gun. What's the blues on this one? 2 bang. Barrel roll towards you.
Barrel rolling right. It looks like just out of range. So they go back to stars. So this game is going to go a little bit longer than I hoped. Scott's going to try and make a game out of it. He's going to try and claw back a victory here. And well, let's see what would he have to do. He's still got 84 points on the table. Darth Maul goes down. What would happen? Let me just play with the system here and see what would happen if we remove Darth Maul. And Scott would be winning by 3 points. Just as an example of looking for something expensive to take off the board, not because I believe that Darth Maul is his win condition at this time. Although Darth Maul is slightly less agile, only we've got that 1 evade dice. It might be his option. He's got to try and avoid those drone fighters, try and tank them out. But yeah, he's I don't know. It depends on how much damage he can really output per turn. He might be able to get a lucky crit off as well, thanks to the advanced targeting computer. Wat Tambor moving first, moving forward 2 straight.
Perfectly fits.
And again.
More bumping into the separatist drones.
In the back, maybe. Is it?
Yeah. Vader. One forward.
Vader edging forward.
Reaching the first frame.
Maybe wants to barrel roll back, try and escape range from
Yes.
a couple of those ships.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to have.
Yeah.
I think Vader's just no use having two. Regen force is a must, apparently.
Oh, he barrel rolls forwards. He's
Barrel
like,
roll.
I'm going all the way in on this. Uses the force.
Force. A target lock. Onto what?
Onto what tumble?
Force, one focus. Does it help you more on one? Vader.
And the focuses as well. So heavy use of the force on this round. Vader's going to fire on what tumble. We're probably going to take him off the board.
One hole left, yeah?
2 dice, isn't it? Oh no, we put the lock.
One hit, one crit, and a blank. Becomes another hit, which he re-rolls to the fire control system. So he's got 2 crits and a hit. Evades 1, takes crit, and that's a stunned pilot.
For left, so for 1 damage. Oh, I had 2.
So crit.
Another
And
pilot.
that's a panic pilot.
Another pilot. No crit? Yeah. I could
Two.
cancel ship.
One. Now here they come. Here come the shells.
Now here come the energy shell charges as well.
So
Scott says.
he's on first.
Yep.
It's number 4.
Is this where the stealth device is going to pop?
1 or 2 damage on that one. 1 damage, yeah?
Hit blank. That's what it looks like to me.
Then 1, yeah?
One evade, 3 blanks. So it survives 1. Here comes the second. I can see paint on all 3 dice. Looks like 2 hits. And he's got
Stealth device working this time.
everything stays the same. So Vader's got a huge advantage out of that, but he's still got a ton of points he's got to scratch back. And they go back to dials. If I was to take off the specialist drones, would that be enough to get him ahead on points? Nope.
Who is Vader's dial?
1 forward blue, 1 forward.
So he's got to get half points on Maul, and then take something else off as well. So if I was to go, let's say I took half points off of Maul, and then took off a separatist drone, that puts him in the lead by quite a margin. So it's doable. Do you want to sit down for a bit, have a chat? So I'm joined by Bartosz Wojcicki. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad attempt at it.
Yeah, you missed it by a mile.
You've gone 4-0 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're representing again. You're trying to go for like another system open this year. How did you do at Poland?
Top 4.
Top 4.
I
okay.
lost the bid game basically. 'Cause I was playing Supernatural Luke with Wedge and Sabine with Duke.
Yeah.
It was pre points nerf. So I met Boba Guri and he won the bid roll.
Right.
So that was pretty much it. Because Supernatural Luke was no longer Supernatural.
Yeah.
So
And this was so you've got the invite already.
yeah, I got the invite for winning nationals in Poland.
So you got a couple of invites going then already.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
It was a good year.
The
last
national
year
was
for
like
me.
right at the beginning of October, just after the second edition came out, wasn't it?
It was still first edition.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I thought it was like one of the first ones. Oh, okay. But anyway, so what are you playing today?
5 A-wings.
Wow.
Resistance ones.
Yeah. Well, of course, you're not going to play with Rebel ones.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
And it's going well for you, huh? And what kind of lists have you faced?
4 Phantoms twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I faced triple Rebel X-wings right now,
Yeah.
and oh my god, I have like a hole in my memory right now. Fenguri,
All right. Okay.
Phil GC's list.
Yeah.
Basically 23 points bid.
Yeah.
So I took Fen very easily because he tried to bait me and he didn't expect the sustained fire that comes out of A-wings.
Yeah.
And then I had some fun with Guri because she was advanced sensoring all around the place and it was really hard to pin her down.
So if you've got 5, what are you taking on them? Has one of them got missiles
all of
or
them,
something?
no, all of them have advanced optics.
Okay.
All of them have heroic.
All right.
I have 3 unique pilots. I have Talisan, I have Lulo, and I have Greer Sonel.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
2 crack shots on PS5s.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Okay. Did you see the game I had from Barcelona that won the hyperspace trial with 6 A-wings?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
He's someone who's been playing 6 A-wings since Chardin Refit came out.
Right.
He did really well in our National 2015 with them, and he became pretty well known because he paints them all up like Power Rangers, red, blue, green, and stuff like that. And he won the hyperspace trial in Barcelona last month.
Nice. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
They're PS1s, right?
Yeah, the basic ones. So Vader's got blocked here, which could be an advantage to him because he's not going to take fire for one ship. He's going to be able to get a good range 1 shot onto that separatist drone in the rear, which is the one that's got a damage card on it.
And from this awkward angle, I think
Maul might just not have arc on him. He might be just out of Maul's arc, so that might have been a really big advantage for him blocking himself onto there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he misjudged the. First of all, we don't know if Maul has arc. If Maul has arc,
yeah, it might be just on the front, on the right corner of the front end of the base. He might have arc.
If he doesn't, then it's a problem for the separatists.
Yeah, it's pretty. So here come 4 dice. Oh,
3 dice.
3 dice because he's got the 2. Yeah, he's not locked. He's bumped, and then he's got 1 and 2 focus, I think. So now he's got to decide whether or not he's going to use both of his force tokens.
Yeah, he's checking if Maul has him in arc.
Spend 1.
Oh, Vader's in
Spends
stealth
1.
device.
Yeah, he's got stealth device. He's been pretty tanky. And he's thinking about spending the other, and there it goes. He's got 3 hits onto separatist drone that's got 2 hull points left on it.
This one is loaded. This one is not.
Yeah, for that one, he can't shoot the one he's touching. And focus. Calculate's going to save 1, so he should be dead anyway.
Spend a calculate, change 1. Still take 2 damage.
Yeah, so he should be dead, but I don't know what they're debating right now.
I think they're just taking time to work it out before they commit. And he's dead. So, not bad. Let's see if Maul gets arc.
I don't think so. But I think they might be calling Judge to check it out. Yeah, they're marking the drone. Oh, okay.
Front of the base, I think. I can't see because he's got his hand right in the way.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but
No.
he's not picking dice, so
It looks like a lucky escape for Vader this round.
yeah.
And he's just going to get half points off of Maul now to be able to win. So shooting down the separatist drone isn't of any advantage to it.
How much is Maul?
Maul is the ship in total is 89 points.
2 bank, 2 forward and 2 bank through, and 3 forward.
It's 45, so that's yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done the simulation already. I didn't know. I often saw what will happen if he does this, and So Fellipe coming from Brazil, now living in Ireland. It's got us a lot of followers on the chat. And Vader's been pretty solid so far all match, with not having lost that stealth device. And we'd already discussed that Scott's been telling me about how his Vader is pretty difficult to put damage on.
Yeah, he has stealth device. That
Yeah,
I've just faced Luke with stealth device, and it was really hard to with his ability. It was really hard to push damage through.
Yeah.
Because he was all the time regenerating first. So it's. I'm curious what will Maul do right now. I don't remember. Does he have one bang? If he has one bang,
What would you do with Vader in this situation? Because I'm thinking maybe turning to the left and hoping for a bump against Maul to be able to reposition behind him later.
does he have afterburners? No, he doesn't. Yeah, he has stealth device. So.
Like I'm saying, like the next round, try and bump Maul to make sure you're not taking fire from Maul this round, and then get back onto him.
Well, if Maul goes one bang right, then.
Of course, Maul moves first, right?
So, I think one bang left with Vader, and then bar rolling out of arc.
True.
That might be an option.
Yeah, let's map this out quickly. Okay, so what we're talking about is if we get more. Whoops, that went too far. But anyway, moving up there. Oh my gosh, mouse is not cooperating today. Okay, we're gonna clear that, and they're already moving. So a short maneuver from the Separatist drone. K turning behind Vader.
Yeah, he does one bang.
One bank. So now, if Vader's read that well, I don't think he's got space to do a one bank in there.
One bang, barrel out of arc.
But I don't think he's got the space to do one bank.
I can't see from this angle, to be honest.
Yeah.
He may just have it.
Yeah. Okay.
If not,
you might
it's
be
a bump,
right.
and
You
then
might be
there's
right.
a drone with no mods shooting a full modded Vader with 4 dice, so it might be hard to push damage through.
Yeah. Hard free.
Okay.
Bumped. So the only thing he's got to take is the damage from the shot from the Separatist drone. And I understand they've just announced Epic as well for the second edition.
Oh, I haven't heard it.
This is all the stuff's coming out today, isn't
Right,
it?
yeah, 'cause it's Star Wars Celebration.
They're doing the panel at Celebration, and they've announced Wave 5, and I understand Epic has also been announced for second edition now as well.
Right, so now drone will shoot. I'm wondering, is it range 1? If it's range 1, it's still hard to push damage because that's, what, 2 hits versus... He should be fine.
He's 4 dice, and he's got 1 force token, so...
Yeah, he should be fine. I'm wondering what will be the next move for Maul, because for me it looks like a sloop would be a good idea to reposition to the left.
So here come the dice. Separatist drone.
Let's see what's the range. Range 1.
Blank, hit, and I guess it's a crit, and then he's got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So no problem there.
I haven't seen any of the results. How could you tell what the result?
Yeah, well,
Is that like a superpower?
No, you're right. You're right that it's like it's virtually impossible to see them.
Especially the new ones.
The reflection on the black dice. The reflection, I can see little divots, and I can kind of guess
Are you doing
the
some
size,
shooting or something?
the size of the divots I can see in the reflection, and I can kind of guess by the way he separated out the dice which ones are hits and which ones are crits.
Okay.
So you can kind of work it out, but it's not desirable at all. I'd much rather they just had normal dice. Those green ones are pretty clear. I can see those green ones really well. I can see there's an evade and there's a focus face up on the other side of the tabletop, but the red ones are just terrible. I don't. Well, I've always been a person that complained about the shiny dice. Anyway, these ones are the worst ones ever.
I actually like them, but I've sold mine already. So
yeah, well, I mean, from my perspective as the stream, I hate the shiny dice, and these are even worse than the shiny dice I've seen so far.
Well,
and the world's ones that were like gold with black on them, they were pretty difficult to see. But like these ones are even worse.
So, is that target lock from Mole?
I
I think so, yeah. It's after Vader.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's got 7 minutes left in the round. He's ahead on points. Well, 6 minutes now. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left.
Question
on the
is, does he know that he's ahead in points?
I think so.
Sometimes when you're playing, you're just tunnel vision, you know? And
Yeah.
You just...
Well, I mean, because he had the whole of his list against Vader, and Vader's just kind of like clawed back 2 ships.
Well, the thing
Now
is,
he's got limited time. He's got to get half points off of Darth Maul in 6 minutes. So he's got to kind of press the clock now to be able to get away with I'm talking about Scott winning this game.
Yep.
And Fellipe is just basically. I mean, I think it's clear at this point. You're not going to get that much damage through on Vader. I mean, once you eventually you're going to manage to pop the stealth device, and then you might get something through. But with the time we've got left,
yeah.
It's going to be an uphill struggle getting half points off of Vader right now.
It's a sloop. Yeah, it's a sloop.
Yeah, it's a sloop. And I think it's probably a better option for him to just disengage and try and send Maul as far away as possible.
Next week, minutes. You have 5 minutes away.
5 minutes left. So slooping, and then we're probably going to see like a turnaround maneuver from Vader.
Well, if he Talon rolls to the right, that
would put him in an excellent position.
Yes.
Right now.
Vader,
Free Talon roll.
Yeah, and he does it.
And
yes, very nice.
So
well,
there
that sloop was... It wasn't hard to predict it.
No, yeah, of course. But he's still got to get 6 damage points through in the next 5 minutes.
It's doable, especially.
He's got to press the clock for the next round.
Yeah, but the thing is,
and Fellipe is obviously going to know that's what he's doing.
The thing is, positioning of infiltrator. So 1 hit.
Gets 1 hit, so that's not enough.
Yeah, but
and
it's
that's a blank.
So that's first shield off. Yeah, so the thing is, okay, yes, yeah, I was just saying that that might be a big factor in this game. Palpatine being used, that was a really nice move.
There we go. So I think that's pretty much it as far as Scott's concerned. He's not going to get another 2 rounds out of this.
No.
Because Fellipe is going to play for time either way, which is in his right to do. And Scott needs to get 5 damage onto Darth Maul to win the game.
That's a huge thing, the Palpatine right now. It was just, wow, it was really nice. He has shield upgrade? Okay, nice.
Yeah. There's not enough time. There's not enough time for him to play it out. And I think even you can see in his body language, he's kind of realised that there's nothing he can do about this right now. 3 minutes to go on the clock.
It's a shame. I like seeing where single ship just turns.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job of it so far. He took 2 ships off the table, and if he'd have scratched a little bit more, he'd have got further.
I haven't seen the game from the beginning, but I think.
Well, the game from the beginning, his TIE fighters basically got exploded straight away. Suntifel got 2 crits straight off the bat. Structural damage and console fire, and the next round the console fire blew him up.
Oh, and he didn't flip it.
He didn't what?
He didn't flip the console fire as an action.
No,
obviously
he didn't. No. I don't know if he was able to do an action. I don't remember exactly what happened. And then after that, the next round, it was basically the 2 TIE fighters got blown up in succession. and that left basically Vader against the whole list. And so he's done an admirable job of trying to claw it back, but it's just time's just gone against him. He's just not had enough time to do it. If the round would have been 5-10 minutes longer, maybe it would have been a different story. And they're moving, so I might as well switch the camera around, even though there's not much we can see here with regards to 1 minute and 16 seconds left on the official clock.
Yeah, that blocks most Vader moves, so he may. I'm not sure it doesn't fit, but he may still bar roll.
Makes no difference. This is the last round, last attacks. Anything Fellipe does will at most do 2 shields on Vader and won't get half points for it. Yeah. Vader's not going to be in any kind of position to fire back, and so he's not going to get the damage he needs to win the game. The game's over.
I don't think so. Because
and well, it'll be interesting to see now when they call time in the next 20 seconds to see how quickly play progresses through combat phase. You know, like right now we're sitting there going, do I focus?
Yeah. I know how it works. Yeah, he thought the move will be further, maybe.
Yeah.
They're both 4-0. I mean,
Yes,
they were
yes, yes.
3-0.
Yeah, they were both 3-0. Yeah.
Next swing competitors, that is time on the round.
Time on the round.
And I think that drone is out of arc as well.
The talent, the what?
The drone.
The drone, yeah, the drone's out of that one.
Please finish that turn and get your switch in as quickly as possible.
That's
Yeah,
game.
handshake.
Thank you, Bartosz, for joining me. Good luck with the rest of your games. Hopefully, see you
thank
tomorrow.
you.
Do we know what Phil GC's doing? I have no idea. No idea.
I didn't see any point in attacking Wolves. Towards like 20 minutes ago, I was like, I've got half health him no matter what.
Parabéns. Let's go. Well done, Scott.
Thank you very much.
You did as best as you could.
I could, yeah.
You had a devastating open to the game where Suntid basically pops like a balloon.
Yeah. 2
TIE fighters disappear within 1 round of shooting, and then you basically had like a solo against this whole list, and you were almost there. It was just like if the game had been 5-10 minutes longer, then you could have probably scratched half points off of Maul, and that would have put you ahead. But like going after the drones at that point, it was all about Maul. You had to get the damage onto Maul, and I think even Fellipe realised that and was kind of playing very cautiously to try and prevent that kind of win condition for you.
Yeah, so losing Suntir hurt so much. I can't believe how much it did hurt.
Yeah.
But now, 20 minutes towards the end, I realised that I needed to half points more at least.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. I just didn't want to do the shots. So then Vader would just get owned.
Yeah,
Hate and double tap is brutal.
And you did control it to some extent as well, range and positioning. You did a good job of like making sure to keep Vader in a position where he didn't even lose any damage. He didn't take the stealth device is still active.
It worked this time.
Yeah, it just didn't have enough time to do the job it needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a shame. But anyway, it's still 3-1.
3-1.
So you just got to win 2 more games.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well there you go. Submarine is what they call it.
That's it. You got to do that at the start though.
Yeah, at the start to maximum effect. But anyway, best of luck in the next 2 games, right?
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
Nice one.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, parabéns, Fellipe.
Obrigado.
Okay, we are now 4-0.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you the only Brazilian here today?
I think so. I didn't see any other Brazilian here today.
How long have you been living in Ireland?
1.5 years.
All right, so you were still playing in Brazil before you left, huh?
Yeah, the last championship I played there was Brazilian Nets
Yeah.
in 2016.
All right, the one with the guy who won from Belo Horizonte?
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's one.
Okay, I don't remember his name, but I remember
big one.
because I used to work with a guy that was from Belo Horizonte, and I was like, oh, stuff like that. Okay, so with regards to your game, it was kind of like a situation where you kind of had an explosive start, removed all those TIE fighters, and it was a question like, can I hurt this Vader? And it's like, no, no. And then it kind of like, as time ran on, it just kind of got to the point where it was kind of like things were stacking up against Scott in his favour. He had to do a lot of damage to Maul to be able to have any kind of a win condition, and it was just a question of like whether or not there was going to be enough time. Did what was your kind of like take on the situation?
Like when the two crits got something.
Yeah.
I need to focus him, and then just make my life easier.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, my Maul it's more expensive than his Vader.
Yeah.
So I tried to shot him, but if I lose all the other ships, that's okay. I don't have a good mob with that list, so just need to keep the things alive.
Okay. And do you play much in Ireland? Are you big in the Irish scene?
I'm trying to. Last regional, I was second place there. But then this year, I went since second edition was released. I couldn't play too much.
Right.
I played just a couple games actually.
And you even got a couple of Spanish players over there now as well, haven't you?
Sorry?
There's even a couple of Spanish players in the Irish meta now as well.
I didn't match any Spanish.
No, I think we've got one or two there. I think. I remember there's one definitely who plays out in the Cork area. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know who.
Yeah, it's called. I don't know if it's Jesus or Julio. That's I don't know if you're going with J.
Hello,
Julio.
I don't know him, but I know for the
right.
chat.
Well, there you go. Well, the Irish community are a great community. Ian O'Connell. I don't even know if he's playing still anymore. Is Ian playing?
Connor. I don't remember him.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. Anyway, thank you very much. Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Oh, what's the things we can talk about as far as Brazil's concerned? La favelas and Bashimebunda.
There's just one thing I would like to tell about Brazil.
Oh, go on.
The distributor problem there.
Of course, yeah, we have to give as much coverage to that.
So
there's a lot of issues where your distributor is just kind of like picking and choosing what they want to bring to Brazil. And as we also know in the Spanish community from like the neighboring countries, it's very difficult to get products down to South America. And so they don't even have a distributor for example, in Peru, in Argentina, there's no distributor at all, so they're having to buy from the US.
Yeah, so just like there's the people are trying to get some help from FFG, just so spreading the word. To help my friends in Brazil.
Yeah, of course. Make sure you do. If any chance you get, if you do see someone from FFG, if you're in that celebration panel right now, ask them why. Why are the expansions being picked and chosen in Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Fellipe.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the next 2 rounds. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see how you go from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you only got to win one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So that's it.